In the year 2047, I learned something that didn't come from technology. It was my own body that screamed, and I almost ignored it. Hi everyone, my name is Marco, and I am a construction manager. I have a shining wife, 2 curious girls, and a little son who thinks I am invincible. Did you know 100 million people around the world suffer from liver disease? And 9 out of 10 cases can be prevented? This video is my confession. So you won't wait until the damage is done to start taking care of yourself. 1. A toxic environment. The air we breathe, the water we drink, the products we use. They're full of microplastics, pesticides, heavy metals. Did you know we consume the equivalent of a credit card in plastic every week? And one organ has to filter it all, your liver. Now we wash fruits with baking soda. For instance, when we get home from the market, we put 1 to 2 tablespoons of baking soda in a liter of water. We submerge the fruits for 15 to 20 minutes, then clean them with a brush. Don't remove the peel. That's where many nutrients are. This eliminates most pesticides. You can also use vinegar. 3 parts water to 1 part vinegar. Submerge for 15 to 20 minutes, then brush and store. If you keep the fruits submerged in cold water in the fridge for a while, even more pesticides are removed. We ventilate the house, use water filters. It's not paranoia. It's protection. 2. Harmful cosmetics. Once I bought a shampoo labeled intense fragrance. It had phthalates, parabens, formaldehyde. All that gets absorbed through the skin reaches the liver and inflames it slowly. Now, at home we look for clean labels in shampoos, cosmetics, perfumes, and soaps. Beware if they contain phthalates, formaldehyde, parabens, or strong fragrances. They are absorbed through the skin and can damage your liver and the rest of your body. Less perfume, more health. 3. Invisible aflatoxins. Aflatoxins are toxins you can't see. They are hidden toxins in your food, produced by a fungus that grows on grains like corn, coffee, and cocoa. They are also found in milk, nuts, rice, and dried fruits. No amount of these toxins is safe. Any quantity can be seriously dangerous for your body and your liver. Keeping things dry and checking food has become part of our routine. First, thoroughly check your food. If it smells rancid, or if grains like rice or coffee are soft and strange, discard them. If you see visible mold, definitely discard them. But aflatoxins are often not visible. If they are discolored or moist, discard them. Second, store these grains very well in dry places, away from light and sealed. Humidity and warm places allow these very dangerous toxins to develop. Be especially careful with peanuts, as they are one of the main developers of aflatoxins. It's not obsession anymore. It's prevention. 4. Disguised trans fats. This next item on our list is so bad it has been banned in many countries. I'm talking about trans fats. They are present in small amounts in meats and dairy, but in large quantities in products like snacks, pastries, supermarket products, frozen foods, pizzas, lasagnas, and cookies. These are industrial fats added to make food tastier, more preserved, and they are cheap. That's why they are added to these products, and we consume them. The world's leading experts say, no amount of trans fats is safe. That's why they are banned in many countries. Beware of margarine. But here's the trick. You might read product labels to check for trans fats, but sometimes they appear under other names. Partially hydrogenated fats or hydrogenated fats. If you see these, run from that product. It's very dangerous. Many people look for products that say zero trans fats, which is good, but many of those products replace trans fats with sugar or other toxic products. So, be careful. Read the entire label. 5. The myth of vegetable oils. Most of the oils you use for cooking, like sunflower, canola, corn, and soy, are toxic. They should not be used, especially not heated, because they intoxicate your body and damage your liver, arteries, and the rest of your organism. I have 2 pieces of advice for this. Never deep fry with any type of oil. Frying is a bad way to cook food and turns it into toxic food. It burns the oil, forming free radicals that our food absorbs, and then we eat it, inflaming our body. At most, you should salt your food, meaning to prevent it from sticking. For that, you can use virgin avocado oil, virgin olive oil, or ghee butter. Just don't heat them too much. And if you want a natural remedy that's used cold, use extra virgin avocado or olive oil. Less frying, more life. 6. Hidden sugars. Speaking of traps, have you ever heard the word maltodextrin? Well, it's a type of sugar. Maltodextrin and other types of sugar are responsible for those yellowish spots you see on our liver. These yellowish spots are fats. This fat accumulates because you generally consumed a large amount of energy from sugar, for example, and your body stores that energy to spend later. Where? In your belly and in your liver. This is very dangerous because fatty liver predisposes to liver inflammation. Liver inflammation predisposes to cancer, and all this predisposes to cirrhosis. These are all diseases that enhance each other. It doesn't mean that if you have fat in your liver, it will necessarily become inflamed, and then cancer or cirrhosis will appear, but it increases your risk. Many folks tell me, I don't eat sugar. I don't put sugar in my coffee. I don't eat sugar anywhere. And you know what I tell them? Do you really think you don't eat sugar? Because sugar is hidden in many places, and they even make us think it's healthy. I'll give you several examples. There's something I call drinkable fruit sugar. Many of you call it orange juice. Orange juice is fruit sugar that is drunk. All the fiber is lost, most of its properties are lost, and you are left with the sugar, which is the juice. You drink it, it reaches your liver, it gets stored, and then you have fatty liver. Fruit sugar, when you remove the fiber, is not good. It's different from eating the whole fruit, a whole orange, where you eat its pulp. The fiber helps it absorb slowly. Just so you have an idea, a glass of fruit juice, for example, orange, has up to 2 tablespoons of sugar. This is a lot. It's more than you should eat all day. Other people, for example, eat yogurts. These yogurts they eat are actually sugary desserts. They have practically no yogurt in them. Yogurt, as you know, is a dairy product to which bacteria are added. These bacteria are good for the intestine. What they usually sell you in the supermarket is a dessert whose bacteria are dead, to which sugar has been added. Look, behind the packaging, you'll see that a small container of yogurt has up to 1 or 2 tablespoons of sugar. It's outrageous. They are desserts, not yogurt. And this is the worst of all. Many people want to quit sugar, so they turn to sweeteners and buy, for example, stevia, which I'll tell you is a good sweetener. But that stevia you buy to quit sugar has sugar, sometimes even large amounts of sugar. You can read it in the ingredients. That's how the industry deceives us. So, suppose you want to sweeten your morning coffee or something. Use 100% monk fruit. Don't use other sweeteners like sucralose, aspartame, sorbitol, or saccharin, because they are bad for your body, and also don't use sugar. Now we eat whole fruits, use monk fruit, and we read labels like detectives. 7. Misused medications. Now let's talk about medications. But first, let me tell you about something that really destroys the liver and is one of the main causes of liver inflammation. Viral hepatitis, meaning infections our body contracts, primarily hepatitis B and hepatitis C. In fact, there is a vaccine for hepatitis B, and we can prevent both hepatitis B and hepatitis C by avoiding contact with fluids from strangers, with blood and other such fluids. Vaccination is important and significantly reduces the risk of hepatitis B. So, get informed, ask your doctor, and get vaccinated. We could say these infections are number 2, but now let's move on to a very controversial topic: Medications. Medications often, especially when you take them on your own, take them in excess. Or a doctor prescribes them, and you never go back for a checkup and take that medication for 10 years without control. They damage your liver. Let me give you a very simple example. Paracetamol or acetaminophen. Paracetamol is an analgesic and antipyretic. You use it to lower fever, to reduce pain. It's sold everywhere. You can buy it at the corner store, and it's one of the most toxic medications for the liver. Of course, one capsule eventually and prescribed by a doctor won't harm you in adequate and safe doses. But when the doses are high, it can cause inflammation, destruction, and liver failure, leading to patient death. Paracetamol or acetaminophen in high doses and improperly indicated is a truly hepatotoxic remedy. It's one of the most hepatotoxic remedies that exist. Not to mention if you mix it with alcohol. Well, this liver damage occurs with many medications. It happens with antibiotics that also damage the microbiota. It happens with statins. Cardiologists prescribe many statins, which are medications for cholesterol and triglycerides and to harden cholesterol plaque and reduce the risk of heart attacks. Well, statins damage the liver. They damage the muscles. However, the percentage of damage is extremely low. And when cardiologists prescribe them, it's because we've already done lab tests on patients. We already know the patient should take that medication because they could have a heart attack, and we do periodic controls. This ensures that the medication does not damage the liver. Statins, when given conscientiously and responsibly, are fantastic medications, just like paracetamol. The problem is self-medication. Patients who start taking them and never go back to the doctor. The doctor who prescribes the medication without conscience. And here I want to make something very clear. Medications, when used correctly, save lives. They are necessary. They are useful. The problem is what I already told you. One day my son asked me, "Why do you drink that gross tea, Dad?" And I told him, "Because I want to be here when your kids have kids and tell them this story." Now, to conclude, I'll give you 3 foods and drinks that regenerate, protect, and prevent liver diseases. First, drinks. Green tea, coffee, or golden milk. Remember, golden milk is almond milk, for example, with turmeric and a little black pepper to help absorption. That's golden milk. Foods. Good fats like fish or avocado or olive oil. These protect your liver. Vitamin E is fantastic. It's an antioxidant that protects the liver. Consume it in pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, walnuts, and other sources. But don't buy vitamin E supplements. They are not necessary. And then cruciferous vegetables, broccoli and other small plants that grow. And a very special one that is not cruciferous is artichoke. It has enormous potential to protect your liver. It's not a trend. It's medicine without a prescription. My liver went from inflamed to grateful, not because I took a pill, but because I started making better choices. I hope that from now on your liver will be much healthier. I hope this talk has been useful and informative for you, and that choice can start today with you. I truly hope this information has empowered you to make better choices for your liver health. If you found this video useful, please show your support by hitting the like button and subscribing to my channel so you don't miss future videos on health and well-being. Your feedback means a lot, so please share this video with friends and family, and leave a comment below telling me what other topics you'd like us to explore next. Thank you for joining me on this journey to a healthier life.